Hello, in this lesson we are going to cover the advantages and disadvantages of Ethereum compared to Bitcoin, Ethereum and Ether as well. So Ethereum is the blockchain implementation and Ether is the currency that is built on top. So if you want to know a bit more information about Ethereum, feel free to check out the previous lesson where I covered what Ethereum actually is and how it differed to Bitcoin. Now we're going to be expanding on that and talking about why you might want to use one over the other. So let me write advantages here and disadvantages over here, and let's keep going down because there's quite a bit to cover today. So first of all, we will cover the advantages. And the first advantage, it allows blocks of transactions. Blocks of transactions can be created faster than Bitcoin. They can also be confirmed faster as well. So I guess that's essentially the same thing as well. So confirm. Actually, I won't write that. I don't need to write confirm. So confirm created a lot faster. You might be thinking how fast? Well, to put it into perspective, under 20 seconds for Ethereum. And you might be thinking, how does that compare to Bitcoin? Is it 40 seconds? Is it a minute? 2 minutes? No, it is 10 minutes for Bitcoin. So as you can see, the actual time it takes to confirm and create a block on the blockchain is a lot shorter. So that's a major advantage. Another advantage is other applications. Other applications outside of currency. Bitcoin is, as of now, just restricted to a currency-based system, whereas Ethereum is a blockchain implementation. Ether is a currency which is built on top of Ethereum, but Ethereum it essentially just allows you to use blockchain, so you could use it for the underlying foundation for a messaging platform, emails, for example. You could use it as the underlying platform for cloud storage, so a decentralized and distributed network where your files are stored, so no one single individual or organization controls your files. Another advantage is it is easier to mine compared to Bitcoin. And there's a couple of reasons for this. One, it's not as big as Bitcoin. The larger they get, the harder they do become to mine. But the other reason it's easier to mine is it encourages individual miners over pools instead of using pools of miners. So the way it's designed is it sort of discriminates against pools and tries to prevent them from doing it, and it prefers individual miners. So individuals with regular GPUs, you don't need ASIC cards or anything, can use it. So that's fantastic. Another advantage is it uses a Turing complete programming language. So what does that mean? So essentially a Turing complete programming language means that it is more flexible and and given enough computing power, it can solve anything. So for that reason, the flexibility is great and it allows it to be used for different applications. So got a bunch of advantages compared to Bitcoin. But are there any disadvantages? Yeah. As of now, it has a smaller market. Again, I want to emphasize as of now. There are a lot of people within the cryptocurrency sphere, within that industry, that believe that Ethereum can and will be the dominant platform compared to Bitcoin in the long term, due to the fact that it can be used in other applications. But as of now, it does have a smaller market. And as I covered in the previous video, as of October 2017, the market cap for Ethereum, or Ether I should say, was $30 billion. Bitcoin was $100 billion, so it's only 30% of the size of Bitcoin. But it is growing as well. Another thing is, each coin is worth a lot less. Some of you might not see that as a disadvantage or an advantage. You might see that, okay, that's just the way it is. But I think I'm going to put that in the disadvantage section for now, especially if you are just getting hold of these coins for, if you're just doing a like for like comparison, then they are lower value compared to Bitcoin. But you could obviously just buy more Ether coins. But as Bitcoin is the original blockchain entry, and what this essentially means is all other cryptocurrencies will be playing catch up in some form. They will ultimately be compared to Bitcoin, especially for the next few years, because that is the original one. That is the largest one as well. So they will always be saying, okay, why would I want to use this over Bitcoin? Why? Even though the advantages might be immense for the applications they want, they're always going to be comparing it to Bitcoin. So that's something to bear in mind. And another thing is, less people know about it or have even heard about it. And as the market grows, this problem will alleviate, but again, it's just something worth bearing in mind. So we've done that. I want to cover a few grey areas as well. So I think these can fall into the advantage or disadvantage category depending on how you look at them. One is it uses something called a ghost protocol, which helps eliminate centralized pool mining, which Bitcoin still allows. You might think that's advantage, you might not, but I think it's worth mentioning. And another grey area is unlimited supply of coins. So unlike Bitcoin, which has a finite supply, which is meant to be roughly 21 million, and it's meant to be all mined roughly 2140, I believe it is, or 2141. That emulates gold, whereas Ethereum or Ether, because it has unlimited coins, that is more like the current fiat currency where the government can just issue more. So you might see that as advantage or disadvantage. In a way, it's an advantage when you look at it from a multiple application perspective. When you look at it from an individual application, you might just think, oh, it's just essentially what the current fiat currency is, and if we're trying to get away from that, that's a disadvantage. But that's it. We've covered the advantages, the disadvantages, and some of the grey areas as well. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Feel free to go over the video again and check out the different advantages and disadvantages that we covered. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next lesson.